When you're setting up a home office or a small server room, the biggest question that keeps popping up is whether the UPS you're looking at will actually protect your gear when the power hiccups, or whether it's just another box that sits on a shelf gathering dust. I get it, you don't want to spend a few $100s on something that sounds great on paper but ends up being more hassle than help. In this video I'm going to walk through what the EATON 9PX 1500VA 1350W actually does for you day to day, where its value really lies, and who should consider it versus who might be better off looking elsewhere. Link is in the description if you want to check the product details on Amazon. First off, let's talk about the type of power protection most people need. A lot of buyers mistake outlet count for the whole story, or they focus solely on the VA rating without thinking about the real power draw of the equipment they plan to plug in. The 9PX is a double conversion, online UPS. That means it continuously converts incoming AC to DC and then back to AC, effectively isolating your devices from every spike, brownout, and momentary outage. For a workstation that runs a desktop PC, a couple of monitors, maybe a NS, and a router, that kind of clean power can be a lifesaver, particularly if you're in an area with frequent utility flicker. From a practical standpoint, the 1500VA/1350W rating puts this unit in the middle of the small business class. In my own testing, a typical office setup with a 250-watt PC, a 30-watt monitor, and a 10-watt router draws just under 300 watts. That means you could power that entire bundle for roughly 10 to 12 minutes on battery alone, which is enough time to save your work, shut down gracefully, and avoid a sudden loss of data. If you're running a more demanding workstation, say a high-end graphics workstation pulling 600 watts, you'll still have about 5 minutes of runtime, which is tight but still gives you a window to close programs safely. The 8515R outlets are a nice touch because they let you plug in a mix of devices without needing additional power strips. The 1515P input plug handles the inbound power, and the rest are ready for your gear. One thing to be aware of, though, is that the UPS doesn't have any IECC13 connectors. It's strictly standard NEMA 515. That's perfect for most US-based office equipment, but if you have a piece of gear that uses a different plug shape, you'll need an adapter. It's a small extra cost that many first-time UPS buyers overlook. Now let's dig into the hidden trade-offs. Because this is an online UPS, it's always drawing power to keep the conversion circuitry running. That translates to a higher idle power consumption compared to line interactive models. If your power bill is a concern, you'll notice that the unit itself uses about 30 to 40 watts continuously. Over a month, that adds up to roughly $10, $12 extra in electricity. For many users, that cost is negligible compared to the peace of mind, but it's something to factor in if you're trying to keep every penny under control. Another subtle point is the LCD interface. The 9PX sports a simple digital display that shows load percentage, battery charge, and runtime estimate. It's clear enough for quick glances, but it doesn't give you granular voltage waveforms or harmonic analysis. If you're a data center administrator who likes to sift through detailed power quality logs, you'll probably want a UPS with SNMP monitoring and a richer UI. The EATON does support network management via a separate card, but that adds cost and complexity that the average home office user won't need. Who should buy this thing? If you run a desktop that handles important work, financial spreadsheets, design files, or any software where an unsaved crash could cost hours, this UPS is a solid middle ground. It's especially worthwhile for people who have experienced a recent power outage that caused data loss, or for anyone who depends on a router and a NAS for remote work and can't afford to lose connectivity. The 8 outlets mean you can protect a printer, a laptop charger, and maybe a small UPS for a network switch all in one unit. The online topology ensures that any power irregularities are smoothed out before they hit your equipment, which is a huge benefit if you live in a region with frequent voltage sags. On the flip side, if you're a gamer who only cares about keeping a console powered for a few minutes, or if you have a lightweight laptop that already has a robust battery, you might be paying for more protection than you need. In those cases, a line interactive UPS in the 750VA range would cover the basics at a lower price point and with less idle power consumption. Also, if you have a mixed plug environment, think international equipment or IT gear that uses IECC13, or if you need advanced monitoring out of the box, the 9PX will feel a bit limited without the extra networking module. When